What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Stumpo Live. I'm going to make sure my microphone is on because I shot this bit earlier and didn't have a microphone on. So what I'm going to tell you here is basically what I went over earlier about my 2000 Explorer here behind me that needs a bumper. So what I did was made a bumper out of this metal piece of I-beam right here. Alright, so this length of I-beam or girder, whatever you want to call it, is going to be my bumper. Alright. And I'm going to show you the process of kind of drilling the holes and getting it fitted to fit on the front end of this vehicle. I've already drilled the holes, so I'll show you that here in a minute. But this piece of I-beam was a part of the tongue of my mobile home. You know, when they deliver it, it has a trailer tongue on it. So what I did was just chop a piece of that tongue off. I wasn't using it, and it's a good solid piece of metal. It will make a good bumper. It already fits. Everything is good to go. What I'm also going to be doing is mounting a LED light bar on here and a winch. Let's take a look at the winch that I'm going to be running. It's going to be called a Midnight 4500. So this has a 4,500 pound capacity. It's actually an ATV winch, believe it or not. So it's not designed for a truck, but 4,500 pounds, I mean, that's right around what this truck weighs. So I do believe that it would be able to pull me out, you know, if I get stuck in the mud or something like that. It should aid in, you know, this truck is 4-wheel drive. So if anything, it can help, you know, give it a little boost out of the mud. So let's take a look at the mounting procedure here. How it's going to go is this bracket is going to go behind right here. I've already marked out the 2 holes where I want to mount it. So I'm going to bolt that like so. And it looks like about 3/8. Alright, and that is just the perfect depth to perfect length of bolt to put her on there. Alright, so let's drill some holes. Okay, I'm not going to drill any starter holes on this one because, like I said earlier, well, the sound was off, so I don't know if you heard it, but this has a small little starter piece on the end of this bit, which is nice. So let's see if it'll just go straight through. Something that I've said earlier was this drill I've had for over 15, 16 years. It's a 120 volt, you know, plug-in drill, Craftsman, and it works as good as the day that I got it. Something cool here. Look at that. Look at those. The bluing on that. Well, doesn't want to focus, but those shavings are hot coming off of there. So hot that they turn blue. Alright, so we got the bracket mounted on here, on the back of the bumper. And what it's going to do is hold the winch right there on the back. The next step that we have to take is cutting a hole for the cable to run through. Alright, so once again, I'm going to mark where I'm going to have to cut a hole. Alright, and that looks about right. So now I'm going to cut a hole there. Alright, so in order to cut the hole, what I'm going to be doing is using an angle grinder. I'm gonna get a little sip of this Mountain Dew energy drink, Baja Blast. But first, what I'm going to be doing is putting on some safety gear, because I've learned from experience that this angle grinder can kick back on you. So I'm going to be putting on some earmuffs, some sunglasses, and some leather gloves. It's just a smart decision because it can shoot shavings. You don't want to get in your eyes. It's a loud tool, so you don't want your ears ringing after you're using it. And the leather gloves, just in case your hand slips, you know, he offers a little bit of protection there. Okay, so the next step is to bolt on the front of the bumper these rollers here. Alright, that's where the cable guide, I guess you could call it. And something that I just noticed is it bolts on using the same two holes as this. So it will connect these two. Alright, let's put it together. Alright folks, so we have our winch mount complete. Alright, we got the mount on there. That's the back. We got the cable rollers on the front. And the next step is just to bolt the winch on there. Just like that. Alright everybody, so the Explorer build is coming along. I got the bumper mounted and I got the winch mounted. Nothing is wired yet. The next step that I'm actually going to do is mount this light bar, LED light bar, right there. Alright, so stay tuned for the next video where I mount the light bar and wire the winch and wire it all together. I didn't want to take the cable out and run it through the bumper, because you actually have to spool it under load, alright, the first time, because it's a metal cable, so it has to be under load or else it won't spool properly. But anyways, I'm going to be doing a few more videos on this truck, so stay tuned. I'm going to do a full truck check, going to go through all the modifications and repairs that I've done. Light bar, I'm going to put a 2-meter radio, a CB radio. I'm going to do a couple more repairs, like the rear latch needs some new dampeners, new shocks in the back, a couple more things, so stay tuned. Alright, see you later.